Hi everyone, and welcome to your next 5-minute lesson. Today we're going to talk about connective tissue, the different types and where they're located and what they look like when you look at it under a microscope. So here are all the different types of connective tissue that you learned about when looking over your PowerPoint and your presentations. So basically we're going to talk about 6 different types today, and all of these are under the connective tissue classification. What makes connective tissue so unique is it comes in many different forms, as you can see, and also it's not just made of cells. Okay, you guys have looked at how connective tissue has what we call a matrix. Basically, that's everything that's not cells in the connective tissue. And connective tissue has a lot of different components. It has a lot of proteins in there that make it strong, and that's one of the big things that actually makes it up. So first, let's talk about adipose tissue, and this is a close-up of an arm. And adipose tissue is just commonly known as fat tissue. And how you can identify adipose tissue is they're going to be really large cells, they're pretty circular, and they're going to be clear. And the reason that they're clear and see-through is because they are filled with oil, which is just nutrients and energy for the body. That's how we store it. And then if you look over to the next picture, that's cartilage. A lot of times cartilage is found in between bones to kind of help with friction and create a frictionless surface. So for example, that would be cartilage at the end of bones called hyaline cartilage. And you can kind of see that it just has little cells kind of all over that are a little bit squished together. Below that is bone. And a lot of people don't realize that bone is a connective tissue. How you can tell that it's bone is it's going to have very dark circles. You can see those, they're called central canals. That's actually where blood vessels and nerves run through to help give your bones nutrients. And then we have blood. Blood is, remember, blood cells are called erythrocytes. Blood transports oxygen and nutrients around the body. And a lot of people, once again, don't think blood is a connective tissue. Blood does fall under the connective tissue because it has a very extensive matrix, aka plasma. Then we have loose connective tissue. Loose connective tissue is also known as areolar connective tissue. So in your presentation, you might see areolar connective tissue. This actually makes up your second layer of skin underneath your stratified squamous. And then finally, we have fibrous connective tissue. Fibrous connective tissue is going to form tendons and ligaments. So these are what helps connect muscle to bone and bone to bone. And what's unique about this is it has a lot of collagen in it. When you look at that tissue, you can see that there's not really a lot going on except collagen. Collagen is a really tough protein. It makes it really strong. That's why it's really hard to tear tendons and ligaments. It doesn't happen unless usually we're playing some sort of sport or doing some vigorous activity. So once again, just kind of going over all of the connective tissues, there are 6 that you need to know. Adipose, commonly known as fat. Cartilage, we find that a lot of times on the end of bones, creating a frictionless surface between those bones. Then we have bone tissue, which obviously is found in our skeletal bones. Then we have blood, which transports oxygen and nutrients. Loose connective, also known as areolar, which makes up our second layer of skin. It holds a lot of water and moisture, and that's where that's all found. And then fibrous connective tissue, making up your tendons and ligaments, attaching bone to bone and muscle to bone. So make sure you take a good hard look at all of those pictures so you can see what these really look like underneath a microscope. And it's just fascinating how all of these tissues come to form you, which is you are a super complex organism. Be proud of that. So thanks for watching this 5-minute lesson. Now please answer the questions below regarding this recording, and I'll see you next time.